We're going to move on. You have touched on this, so I don't know if you want to expand on any more, but for you, what separates TOGA from other sim racing communities?
I think a big one, like I said before, is listening to people.
Yep.
We don't just put on events to put on events for put on events' sake. We really try and bring the right people into the events. And for example, our rookie league, it's now on season 5. Wow. We are very strict on who we bring into those series because with the way SimGrid works, you get given a driver rating. So if you was to sign up to SimGrid today, you might be a professional, but you're given the rookie title.
Yes.
So which means you're able to join our rookie league. So we basically take zero tolerance to people who aren't rookies, and we open the Discord ticket and say, look, hey, really sorry, notice your lap times, but we don't feel like you're too fast for our rookie series. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to disqualify you. So I think it's just we love to listen to people, we try and help people, and I think we go above and beyond. I don't want to say anything, diss any other communities or say a bad word about them, but I feel like what we do, I don't see in many other communities in terms of the level of commitment, the stewarding, the commentary, the support, the whole 9 yard, the giving back. You know, we try and cover all bases. Yes, are we trying to do too much? Maybe, but at this moment in time, it's working for us perfectly. We're not seeing so many people leave. We're seeing people come every day. Racing, our events are pretty much full every single race, give or take. So I think we're doing something right, and I think it's just been able to carry on with that and try and make it better. One step at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the first thing I noticed when I did join the community is there's certain specifications for times being set, which will allow you to fall into the rookie name as such. And I have seen a couple of people being asked, you know, you're too fast, and you can see it, you know, they're like 10 seconds ahead or whatever that is. Obvious that they're a lot quicker. And as you say, it's just down to how SimGrid works and how it allocates you a title as such. But the people who've been asked to take themselves out of rookie aren't upset about it. There's no bickering. There's no, oh, you know, I don't agree with this. They all have said, yeah, absolutely, 100%. There's multiple other championships I can race in with people who are maybe a similar pace than me, so I'll go and do that instead. And it allows the people in the rookie league to have a better time, because there's nothing worse, I'm sure you felt it yourself, where you're racing in a race and somebody's, you know, 3 seconds faster every lap. It just demoralizes you, and you're like, why am I doing this? So absolutely. And you know, we obviously have many other championships as well from that point of view, and we're going to touch on the next things, which I think personally me, but we'll get Hayden's point of view about what separates TOGA from other sim racing communities. And again, we're not here to diss other sim racing communities. We're here just to let you know who we are, what we're about, and if you want to join, absolutely feel free. So the next question is, can you tell listeners a little bit about driver coaching, please?
Yeah, 100%. So this was one of these, we're in a Discord call late at night, and we decided, or Owen decided that he wanted to start some coaching. So I said, look, go for it. Why not? Owen is a extremely fast sim racer. When you do his podcast, he'll go into a little bit why he doesn't probably sim race as much anymore. But he's got some great knowledge. He's a fantastic steward as well. So he understands a lot about racing in general. So we decided that why not offer Owen's services to our community? And that's what we've done. And we couldn't believe the amount of people that have come forward and said, hey, I could do with some coaching, or can you help me with this and help me with that? And I remember a few weeks ago, I think it was, or last week, I can't remember, Owen was in a call with a couple of guys, and they were going through their laps and, you know, showing off their replays, and Owen was like, okay, if you went into this corner and this gear, and you'll be able to improve. And then we're seeing guys that have come back and gone, you have it just improved by like 2 or 3 seconds per lap. So I think it's just that level of care and commitment to our community members to offer that, free of service. We're not going to charge you for that. We're we're not here to make a quick buck and disappear. We want to be able to, like I say, I personally love to see people succeed. So being able to offer free coaching to our sim racers, predominantly our rookies, don't get me wrong, it's the rookies that are coming forward. It's amazing. And actually we're now seeing a lot of people in our Discord. We've got an introduce yourself section. A lot of people are saying, hey, I'm new to sim racing. I've been told to come here because you guys do some really good rookie seasons, or you do coaching. So actually now that's paying off. So I think it's a fantastic thing to have, and it's really starting to slowly start to pay dividends.
And I mean, this isn't about me, but I do want to say about Owen. Owen, for me, is an alien class. He wouldn't agree with what I've just said, but he is. And I was in a Discord with Owen previous to this, and it's actually due to Owen that I came into TOGA. And Owen spent 30 minutes with me at the Nürburgring, and I took 2.5 seconds off my lap time just with, as Hayden was saying, about gears, about when to accelerate, when to do all of this. He explains it in a way that is at the level of the driver, so he's not trying to baffle you with loads of stuff. He finds out what level you're at, he explains it at that level, and I mean, the proof is in the pudding, so it is. So if you feel you do want to join us, but you feel, and it is very difficult if you are new to sim racing, to go into a community and go, oh, I am so slow. There you go. You have a perfect way to try and improve yourself. And Owen is very, very patient as well, and very hardworking. So he does 100%. So much. So he does. We're now going to move on to what I think is another quiver in your I don't even know what that is. It was in my head and it sounded so good at the time. Could you tell listeners a little bit about the custom livery that's also offered in the Discord?
Yeah, again, this is another off-the-cuff decision that we decided to do one late night. Another late night. We have lots of late nights in this community, trying to publish results and do stewarding. But Ari joined us again from Owen from a previous Discord, and Ari's very artistic, and he was posting a lot of images that he'd done in like drawings or just other stuff, and he was really starting to like the idea of doing liveries for people. And I think it started with a livery from another Discord that I'm a part of. He created a livery for somebody. So we said to him, hey, why not come into our Discord? We'll set you up a section in our Discord area. We don't want any money for it. You can take all of the benefits from all the liveries, and use our community to go nuts. So I paid for one. I know Owen's paid for one. He's got, I think if I remember correctly, he has like 4 or 5 other Discord tickets open currently now, what he's working on projects for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in fact, 6, if I look at it. Jeez. So he's got 6 projects on the go. And honestly, he is fantastic. What the livery he's done for my BMW that I'm using at the minute is unbelievable. It looks insane. And what he's done for Owen, it looks incredible. He's really got a talent for livery creation. There's a bit of a backstory as well behind it. He hasn't got a direct drive wheel himself. And another community that I'm a part of has offered him a direct drive wheel. Ari's based in the States. Obviously, we're over here in the UK, and they're willing to ship it to him. But obviously, Ari's still at school or college or wherever he may well be. So he hasn't got the funds to be able to buy one. So having this, he's now almost got enough money to be able to go and buy this direct drive wheel of somebody. So we're also helping Ari, get better at his sim racing at the same time as doing liveries for our community. So I just think it just gives us an extra. What's the right word? We just got more to offer to our community. They're not expensive. I think it's like $10 per livery, which works out to be about £8 British pounds. I'm not sure the euro calculation, but also he will do discounts if you want bulk liveries done, if you've got a couple of cars. So yeah, it's a really cool way of just being able to say, look, come over to us. Not only can we give you coaching, give you good racing experience with proper stewarding, but we also can make you a livery at the same time if and when you want one. So it's sort of effectively TOGA Motorsport's coming a place where it's like a one-stop shop for sim racers.
All your needs, basically.
All your needs, effectively. Yeah, you know, we do everything that you need. You know, what would be fantastic going forward is maybe having a sponsor that can give away stuff or help us give away stuff or anything like that. So yeah, that's the sort of background on the livery creation. It's just one of these ideas sitting in Discord server late at night thinking, why the hell not?
and that's the thing. So you know, you've got a member of the community who's supporting, and let's face it, I mean, I know cost of living and things like that, but I mean, $10, £8 roughly, it is nothing in the grand scheme of things when you look at other livery designers who are charging way more for that. And then you're supporting Airy by, you know, him being able to fund himself and fund improving his equipment as well. It's just a cycle that's just full of support. When you're speaking to Airy, I'm assuming you can customize any part of your livery, or you can say, you know, I prefer this in it, or I prefer not to have this in it.
Yeah, 100%. So basically, when you open up a ticket, he will ask you with the color scheme that you're after, any logos that you'd like to be put on your vehicle, and then he takes payment up front, which I think is very important.
Yes, absolutely.
And then after that, he will build a concept. And as it stands today, I think there's unlimited revisions as well. So he will come to us and say, come back to and say, I've put this here, let me know what you think, or you know, can you give me your feedback? And he'll go away. And not only is he very good, but actually he doesn't take that very long to build them. Like my one was done within a couple of days, and it was almost perfect first time round. So yeah, he's got a very, very good eye to detail, and he can really deliver quality work.
Yep, absolutely. And you'll see if you do join the community that there are multiple, I can think of 3 or 4 people now, maybe even 5, who are running custom liveries, and you know, Airy has been the master behind it. It's phenomenal. And don't forget, you can use that custom livery in other places. So if you go to LFM and things like that, I'm sure you can upload your own livery, which would obviously then make you unique in the races as well. So it's not tied to TOGA. It's purely that you know, Airy is part of the furniture, really.
100%. Yeah.
So there is one question I'm going to sneak in that Hayden didn't know about, but I think it's also unique, is live stewarding. Now,
yes,
live stewarding, in my experience of certainly the bigger race servers, it's only the top split that has live stewarding. You don't have it in the lower splits, whereas TOGA, you're not into different splits, you're in that championship. So could you just very briefly kind of run us through what's going on with the stewards?
Yeah, 100%. So initially stewarding, it has been the biggest bugbear of our community, I believe. That's always the biggest pressure point when it comes to, you know, such and such driver has been crashed out by another driver. It's not been tracked, or it's not been reviewed, or we've not given a penalty, or the penalty's not strong enough, or it's NFA, no further action. So what we've found is a really cool piece of free software called Race Control. It's free on the race department website. You don't have to pay for a premium version. It's literally free to use. And basically what it does, you download a template from their website or the race department's website, and effectively it will hook up with ACC, and it will log every single contact made out on track. So what then our live stewards will do is we'll basically have that CSV document open or Excel document open, have ACC replay open, and effectively it tells you the time in replay that the incident happened between what car, and then effectively we go from there. We go, okay, right, it's no further action, or it's a 15-second penalty, and then effectively we then can control those penalties. Whereas before it was more drivers coming to us and open up a ticket and saying, well, Joe Blogg's crashed me out. Have we got any footage? No, we haven't. So we have to go back and find the replay.
Yeah.
And it was just a bit messy.
Yeah.
Whereas now in our sort of, mini series / one-off events, we actually run with this live commentary system.
Yep.
Our endurance events and any bigger races over 3 hours, I think it is, it's all done by report-based systems.
Sure.
So we will live steward it for first 15 minutes. And then after that, we have a section in Discord where teams can go in and open up a ticket, post all the information they want, such as like replay time in game, replay time between what cars, and then we will go back and review it. We're not going to sit there hours on end waiting for the spreadsheet to fill up, basically. So, yeah, that's what we offer here. And in fact, again, I don't want to diss any other communities, but I've been racing in other communities for a little while now, and I've not really seen the same level of stewarding. There may be some out there that I've not been a part of, the really big communities out there, of course, but we actually have, I would say, 80% of our events every single week covered by live stewarding. And so that just shows.
Yeah, and that's the thing, we need to remember that the stewards are giving up the free time to do this, and as a steward, you're never going to please anyone. To be fair, I don't. Maybe please one or two people, but you're never going to please when it's contact. And being a sim racer, I know myself where at the time I'm like, why did he hit me? And then when I do the replay, I actually see that I've drifted into the other car. So it's nice having that level of support within the race, because obviously I run some commentary, so does Ollie, and Julius is coming along as well. So to be able to see, and I can monitor obviously the spreadsheet as well, and I can see what the penalty is, why it's been given, and it's always described as why it's been given. It's not just a 5 second for such and such a car, it's 5 seconds for this car because it collided with this car or it rejoined the track in an unsafe manner. It really is, live stewarding really brings the race to the fore. And as Hayden said, I certainly haven't been in another racing platform or racing community where you have that level for everybody. We have rookie season tonight. I'm sure there'll be live stewarding for that. And obviously, stewards are human. They need time off. They need time with family. So we can't always guarantee there'll be stewards at every race. But the stewards are really good. They're passionate about this as well, which is what I love. The very last...
perfect. They're really perfect. They're really passionate about it. And not only that, I think something I missed is that we give we'll give out a penalty, say, for 10 seconds for causing a collision. What we then allow the person who's been given the penalty the option to come back to us and say we don't agree with that. So what then happens is that we get a separate steward that's not been part of that particular race to go over and review that incident. But then at that stage, if both stewards come up with the same decision, then the penalty stands. Else it goes to the head steward in this case Arnold, or it might go further up the chain to George, me, or Owen. And then we will then say, it's either overturned or we stay as we are. And that's then we given the driver the option to say, I don't agree. We then re-look at it. And then if we come to the same decision, that decision is final. That's it. If not, we overturn it. We give that time back. So though we don't just say it's this way or no way. Most drivers will say, yeah, okay, fair enough. They won't really moan. But you might get a driver that's adamant that he is not in the wrong, but then we'll go back to a second person's opinion that's not been part of it to review it, and then the decision then from there will be final regardless of what the outcome is.
No, absolutely. And I didn't know that part, so every day's a school day. So it is, it's good that you have that level of hierarchy, that it's not a case that you can plead your case if you feel that decision wasn't right. So the final question I'm going to ask is, what do you see in the future for TOGA?
Oh, very good question. World domination. No, I don't know, to be honest. I think I just want to be able to be the best we can be. I think going forward into 2024 and beyond, I don't see myself ever leaving TOGA Motorsport. Sure. You never know what happens around the corner, but I am so dedicated to this, and I can say this now because obviously, I mean, I touched upon it with you before we started this. I've just been invited to go and take part in a mini sort of competition that's never happened to me before, where I've got a chance to win like over £1,000 worth of sim racing equipment. Wow. I don't know how they found me, because most of my clips are just me crashing. So God knows where they think that I'm actually a semi-competent sim racer. But anyway, that's neither here or there. It's just been able to, I think, if I can, so just to give people a bit of insight, it's all pretty much self-funded by myself. So I'm paying for all the servers, I'm paying for all the other bits that go with it, Pitbull Live, all those other ancillary bits that people might necessarily think about. I think for me is if TOGA Motorsport can become self-sufficient, so effectively just cover the costs of servers and all the other ancillary bits, I think that would be enough for me. I think, to be completely honest with you, I've always said to the community and people that help out is that, such as yourself with the podcast, with the commentary, if for whatever reason that we are successful in terms of our YouTube revenue, I'm 100% giving back to the people that sit here and help me build this amazing community that everybody's a part of. I think that is effectively the long-term goal. Yes, I'd love to be able to take TOGA Motorsport into proper competitions, create a proper esports team. Yes, we are partnered up with TOBS Esports at the current moment in time. Ches is a moderator here at TOGA. It'd be maybe interested in the future that we go our separate ways and we officially create a proper esports team, and we get some pro drivers in there, and we go into different events and see how far we can get. Or we take it IRL. We go and find somebody that's racing IRL and we support them, or we even create a team ourselves. We might be able to do that one day. I don't know. So I don't know. That is off the top of my head really where I see TOGA going. I think just by able to be self-sufficient from next year onwards, I think that'll be a big step in the right direction. If you're a community owner, manager, whoever listening to this, you know how difficult it is to pay for servers, find the right server, pay for all the ancillaries, and just being able to run everything. You can't run something for free, basically. I mean, you can, but you can't at the same time. So, just to go away next year and do the financials and have it self-sufficient, and then potentially being able to give back to our community, our staff, our commentators, our stewards, all those things that will come, and that will be effectively, I think that will be enough for me, just to be able to see how far we can get. The goal is to overtake FRL, who are number one on SimGrid. Other games coming out in the future. Do we dip into the iRacing world? Do we dip into AC2 that's coming out? R Factor 2's there. You've got all these other platforms. We're solely ACC right now. And that's our lion's share of our community is all ACC drivers. Do we create a TOGA Motorsport or TOGA Esports division, and then have different platforms? So go into the Euro Trucks, go into the FIFAs or the Football Managers, just expand into different platforms. But obviously, this is where it originally started. So those things are on the cards to potentially look at going forward. To have to do all that would be fantastic. And I guess also the dream would be that I wouldn't have to actually go to work, and I would be able to support my family sitting in my shed, effectively in the bottom of the garden, playing video games. That would be a dream. But I'm a realist at the end. At the same time, I know that to make it, you got to be very good and very consistent, and sometimes I can't do that due to family commitments. But effectively, it's just to be self-sufficient and to just to continue to grow and provide great content for people to come back and race.
Absolutely. And the thing is, the world is your oyster, really, because if I can just touch on, obviously at the start, when I was introducing you, currently the YouTube subscribers are sitting about 1,750 as we speak today. What was your goal for the end of the year for subscribers?
1,000 YouTube subscribers by the end of December 2023. And by the looks of it, we're probably looking at more 2,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. I think what happened is, I don't know what happened. I think I put a highlights video live on YouTube that just seemed to work.
Yep.
It got a lot of people, a lot of throughput, a lot of people come off the back of that. And now bringing yourself and Ollie and Julius into the commentary team, I'm not a very good commentator. I know my limits. And as soon as you come and done your first sort of commentary, I was like, wow, that's ridiculous. That he's so good at that. And obviously then I think it was a backwards championship on Friday when yourself and Ollie done the commentary. For a few minutes it was a bit, you were jumping over each other, but after that it was unbelievable. The commentary was on point. So I think we've got a great platform now to be able to reach out. Obviously I'm doing my own sort of stuff on YouTube as well, and not only that with the TOGA stuff, and it's just, I think 2,000 subscribers is the goal, and I'll let you go into what you're lining yourself up for if we do get to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube.
I don't know if the listeners have ever typed something on the internet and then immediately thought, what have I done? So myself and Ollie have agreed that as a forfeit for us, if the YouTube channel reaches 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, me and Ollie, and obviously lots of other people, will do a 6-hour endurance race solo. So we're not going to have any other drivers. We're not going to have any brake stops at all or anything like that. We're just going to be 6 hours of solo driving for our punishment. If we reach 2,500 by the end of the year, myself and Ollie will not only just do the 6-hour solo, we will do it in the Jag and the ACC. Anyone that knows anything about the Jag and ACC knows it is the worst car ever. So yeah, if you want to see us get punished for the YouTube channel, then go and hit that subscribe button, and
100% go, yes, drop a subscribe and get that punishment underway.
So, and it is a bit about giving back as well. It will be live streamed, so you will be able to see it, and you'll be able to enjoy the suffering that goes on. So that's that. So I just want to thank Hayden for taking up all of his time with this podcast. This is our first podcast. Things will obviously keep going. We have various amounts of people who are looking to come on the podcast and be interviewed. This one's slightly longer, and I'm going to break it down into parts because I think smaller chunks will be easier for people to listen to. And we amazing answers to these questions, and I hope you have enjoyed it. So from myself, thank you very much for listening, and I'll leave you with Hayden's last words.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I really hope this is a good insight to my brain and the way the community is and how the community is going to improve. And a massive shout out to Mac for the time this afternoon.
See you later. Bye.